They said the sun itself began to dance. On a quiet morning, tens of thousands of people stood in a Portuguese field, eyes turned upward as the sky began to move. Some fell to their knees in tears, others shouted in fear, convinced the world was ending. But what they saw that day would go down in history as one of the strangest events ever recorded, the miracle of the dancing sun. It was October 13th, 1917, in a small village called Fatima. For months, rumors had spread about three shepherd children who claimed to have seen visions of the Virgin Mary. They said she promised a sign, something so great that no one could deny it. And so, on that cold, wet morning, an ocean of people gathered in the fields, farmers, soldiers, mothers clutching rosaries, even skeptics and journalists, all waiting to see if a miracle would really happen. For hours, nothing did. Rain poured down, the crowd grew restless. Then, just after noon, the clouds suddenly parted and the sun appeared. But what followed was unlike anything anyone had ever witnessed. The light began to shift, flashing in colors: yellow, blue, purple, green. The sun seemed to spin, whirl, and dance across the sky. People gasped as beams of light fell like ribbons over the land. Some screamed in terror, believing it was Judgment Day. Others dropped to their knees, praying and weeping. One witness described it as a fire wheel turning across the heavens. Another said the sun trembled and made sudden movements outside all cosmic laws. For nearly 10 minutes, the sky was alive, a theater of light no science could explain, and then, just as suddenly as it began, it ended. The sun returned to its place. The rain-soaked earth was now completely dry. People touched their clothes in disbelief. What had been drenched was now warm and crisp. Word of the event spread instantly. Newspapers across Europe printed accounts of what they called the miracle of the sun. Some claimed divine intervention. Others accused the church of mass manipulation. But the witnesses, more than 70,000 of them, told the same story, each with trembling voices and tear-filled eyes. The Catholic Church launched an investigation. Priests interviewed witnesses from all walks of life, believers and atheists alike. Their reports were remarkably consistent. The sun had moved, changed colors, and seemed to fall toward the earth. It wasn't just the faithful who saw it. Journalists, soldiers, even government skeptics confirmed the same phenomenon. Scientists, however, were less convinced. Some suggested it could have been a rare optical illusion caused by staring at the sun through thin clouds. Others proposed atmospheric dust scattering the light. A few even blamed mass hysteria, a psychological chain reaction fueled by expectation. But even the most skeptical explanations couldn't answer one thing: why the ground dried instantly, or how people miles apart, who hadn't even gathered with the crowd, described seeing the same thing at the same time. For believers, the answer was clear. This was a message from heaven, proof that faith could reach beyond reason. For scientists, it was a mystery that pushed the limits of understanding. Over a century later, the field where it happened is now a place of pilgrimage. Each year, millions visit the sanctuary of Fatima, carrying candles, flowers, and silent prayers. Some go to witness the light of faith. Others go searching for an explanation. And yet, the event remains as elusive as ever, a bridge between the divine and the unknown. Was it a miracle, a cosmic event, or something we still don't have the language to describe? Maybe it doesn't matter, because for the thousands who stood in that muddy field, for the farmers and children who watched the sky turn to fire, the experience was real. It changed lives, restored faith, and left behind one burning truth: that sometimes the universe moves in ways we can't measure. The miracle of the dancing sun isn't just a story of light, it's a story of hope, a reminder that even in our most skeptical age, mystery still has a place. Because whether it was the hand of God or the pulse of nature itself, something extraordinary happened that day. And as long as we keep looking up, searching for meaning in the endless sky, the miracle continues to live on. So the next time sunlight breaks through the clouds, remember this moment from history, when the sun danced before humanity's eyes, and the world stood still to watch.